What if the thing you thought was saving your retirement was actually holding it back? Years ago, I made a decision I felt proud of. I shifted my portfolio into safe dividend-paying stocks. SCHD was the crown jewel. Finally, I thought, I'm investing like a grown-up. Every month I saw those dividend payments come in and I felt smart, responsible, secure, until I started doing the math. That's when the cracks showed. I was earning income, sure, but my portfolio? It was barely growing. Meanwhile, my buddy Ryan, who'd taken a completely different path, more tech-focused, more growth-oriented, was doubling, tripling his net worth over the same period. And he wasn't some Wall Street genius, just a guy who saw something I didn't, that playing it safe can quietly become a trap. That's when it hit me. SCHD isn't the problem, but relying only on SCHD, that's a silent killer. Because there's a massive difference between financial comfort and financial freedom. Comfort feels safe, but freedom? Freedom needs growth, diversification, exposure to innovation and the world beyond US borders. And the truth is, millions of investors are making the same mistake I did, betting their future on one slice of the pie, thinking it's the whole meal. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how to break that trap, using two specific ETFs that fill the exact gaps SCHD leaves wide open. These are the same ETFs I now use myself. This isn't theory, it's strategy, backed by data, rooted in real results. And by the end of this video, you'll walk away with 3 clear blueprints based on where you are in life, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or beyond, and how to actually build wealth that lasts. Because if you're watching this, chances are you're not just trying to survive retirement. You want to own it. And if you're still watching 30 seconds from now, you'll never look at your portfolio the same way again. Real-life wake-up call. Lucas's story, the comfortable investor who missed the boat. Let me introduce you to Lucas. Lucas isn't reckless. He doesn't chase meme stocks or try to time the market. He's the kind of guy who reads Morningstar reports and checks dividend yields before brunch. Back in the late 90s, Lucas built what felt like the perfect retirement portfolio. Solid, US-based dividend payers. He loved the consistency, he loved the control, and he especially loved the income. Then came the dot-com crash. While others watched their portfolios crumble, Lucas stayed calm. His dividend stocks held up. It was confirmation that his strategy worked. But here's where the story turns. As the 2000s rolled in, a silent revolution was happening. Tech companies began recovering, then dominating. Google went public. Apple transformed from a computer company to a global tech empire. Amazon reinvented shopping. Nvidia became a powerhouse. Meanwhile, Lucas, still holding his dividend darlings, safe, stable, and completely missing out. When Lucas finally looked at the numbers, he realized something chilling. His portfolio had barely moved in a decade. He was earning dividends, sure, but he'd sacrificed the kind of exponential growth that turns decent retirements into dream ones. This is the wake-up call. Lucas did everything right. But right didn't build wealth. It just delayed regret. The 3 silent risks of SCHD. Now, let's get brutally honest about what's hiding underneath the hood of SCHD. First, concentration risk. SCHD owns about 100 companies, but that doesn't mean it's truly diversified. As of 2025, over 40% of SCHD is allocated to just 2 sectors, energy and consumer staples. That means if those 2 sectors face a rough patch, like regulation, commodity crashes, or shifting consumer behavior, your entire portfolio takes the hit. Diversification isn't about owning more, it's about owning different. Second, opportunity cost. SCHD's historical return? About 10.56% annually. Respectable, but let's zoom out. Over that same period, a growth-focused ETF like QQQM returned 17.71% annually. Put $10,000 into SCHD 10 years ago, you'd have around $27,300 today. That same $10,000 in a NASDAQ 100 ETF? Over $51,000. That's not just a missed opportunity, that's a 6-figure difference over your lifetime. Third, geographic bias. SCHD is entirely made up of US companies, zero exposure to Europe, Asia, Latin America. And that's a massive blind spot. The US may lead the pack now, but history shows us it doesn't always. Between 2000 and 2009, the so-called lost decade, the S&P 500 actually delivered a negative total return. Meanwhile, international markets soared. Limiting yourself to the US isn't safety, it's tunnel vision. Fix number 1, global diversification with VXUS. So how do you solve that tunnel vision? With an ETF like VXUS, the Vanguard Total International Stock ETF. VXUS is a powerhouse. It gives you exposure to over 8,500 companies across the globe. We're talking Nestlé in Switzerland, Taiwan Semiconductor in Asia, SAP in Germany. It's not just non-US. It's the rest of the world's economy delivered in a single fund. And it's not expensive either. VXUS charges just 0.05%. That's $5 per year for every $10,000 invested. Here's why it matters. When the US market zigzags, or even tanks, VXUS often zags. During the rough markets of 2022, VXUS fell, yes, but far less than more concentrated US tech funds. That kind of resilience isn't just comforting, it's essential. Adding VXUS to your portfolio doesn't mean abandoning the US. It means finally acknowledging that global growth happens everywhere, not just within your own borders. Fix number 2, explosive growth with QQQM. Why playing offense is essential in the new economy. If VXUS is your shield, QQQM is your sword. This is where you stop just defending your portfolio and start building the kind of wealth that actually changes your life. QQQM is the Invesco NASDAQ 100 ETF. It gives you access to the 100 biggest non-financial companies on the NASDAQ, some of the most innovative high-growth businesses in the world. Companies like Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. These aren't just tech stocks. They're the engines of the global economy. This ETF is built for offense, and let's be clear, offense matters, especially in the economy we live in now, where innovation compounds faster than ever before. QQQM returned over 17.7% annually over the last 10 years. That means if you had invested $10,000 back then, you'd be sitting on over $51,000 today. That's not some meme stock fantasy. That's real, sustained, long-term growth. Now here's the flip side. It's not as smooth as SCHD. QQQM can swing hard during market corrections. In 2022, it dropped over 30%. But that's the trade-off for potential life-changing gains. Volatility isn't a bug. It's the price of admission to wealth. And the best part? QQQM is cheaper than its cousin QQQ. Just 0.15% in fees versus QQQ's 0.20%. It may seem small, but over decades, that's thousands saved. So if SCHD gives you cash flow and VXUS gives you balance, QQQM gives you rocket fuel. The Barbell Strategy explained. How to balance dividends, growth, and global reach. Now let's put it all together. Imagine your portfolio like a barbell. On one side, you've got SCHD, steady, reliable dividend-paying U.S. companies. This is your ballast, your paycheck, your stability. On the other side, you've got QQQM, pure growth. Big swings, big upside. This is the muscle, the momentum, the offensive line that pushes your net worth forward. In the middle, VXUS, your global safety net. It ensures you're not betting your future on just one country. This is the modern investor's sweet spot. You're not going all in on flashy stocks. You're not hiding in safety. You're balancing income, growth, and diversification. The 3 pillars of real wealth. And depending on where you are in life, you just shift the weight. 3 sample portfolio blueprints. Let me make this even simpler. Here are 3 portfolios built for real people at different stages of life. Pick the one that sounds like you. 1. Aggressive Mateo, age 25 to 35. Allocation, QQQM, 30% VXUS, 30% schedule. Mateo is just getting started in his career. He's got time on his side, and he's not afraid of a few market dips. His goal? Maximize long-term returns. So we put growth front and center. QQQM is his engine. VXUS keeps him globally diversified. SCHD adds some stability. But Mateo is playing to win over 30-plus years. 2. Balanced Daniel, age 35 to 50. Allocation, 40% schedule. Otuz USD QQQM, 30% VXUS. Daniel's in his peak earning years. He's building serious wealth, but also has responsibilities. A mortgage, kids, maybe college coming up. He still wants growth, but not at the expense of sleep. SCHD takes the lead, providing steady dividends. QQQM brings that growth edge, and VXUS keeps things global. This is the sleep well at night portfolio with upside. 3. Conservative Samuel, age 50 plus. Allocation 50% schedule, 30% VXUS. Yirmi QQQM. Samuel is closer to retirement. He's built a solid nest egg, and now his focus has shifted from building wealth to preserving it. That's why SCHD is the anchor here, delivering income and stability. QQQM still has a place, but a smaller one, enough to fight off inflation and capture tech growth, but without the stress. VXUS ensures he's not overly reliant on the U.S. economy. This is a defensive portfolio with just enough firepower. How to choose what's right for you. Adapting your investment strategy to your life goals. So which one are you, Mateo, Daniel, or Samuel? There's no right answer. Only the one that reflects your current life, your risk comfort, and your vision of the future. Because your investment strategy isn't just numbers on a spreadsheet, it's a mirror of your priorities. If you're in your 20s or 30s and want to take calculated risks now so your future self can live freely later, lean into growth. If you're juggling family, career, and a retirement target that's no longer decades away, balance matters more than ever. And if you're in the phase of life where preservation and peace of mind trump everything else, shift your weight toward income and stability without completely closing the door to upside. The mistake is assuming one strategy fits all, or worse, staying static while your life evolves. Your portfolio should grow with you, not stand still while the world changes around you. That's the difference between investing and investing intentionally. Your future is built today. Don't settle for safe enough. SCHD is good, but good isn't always enough, not when you're building the foundation of your financial freedom. Safe feels good in the moment. It's easy to hold on to. But safety alone doesn't build legacy. It doesn't buy you time, freedom, or the life you imagine when you think of true retirement. What does? Smart diversification, offense and defense, local and global, income and innovation. That's how wealth is built now. So if you're watching this, maybe it's time to stop chasing comfort and start building power. You've got the blueprint. You've got the tools. Now the only thing left is action. Which strategy feels right for you? Aggressive Mateo, balanced Daniel, or conservative Samuel? Drop it in the comments below. I want to know your game plan. And if you got value from this video and you're serious about designing a smarter financial life, hit that like button, subscribe to Golden Goals, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's next.